How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to episode 5 of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. This episode is titled Bako. But yeah, last episode was pretty fucking good, dialogue-wise. I've seen a lot of people were mixed on it, though. Because in a way, it was basically just a bottle episode. Like, it was very self-contained, it was very... But it was important for Rick's character, right? Because we needed to see that change from him being in this dark state and this, like, fucked up state, basically, to him embracing Michonne again and talking about Carl and talking, like, about the things that the CRM took from him. And then he kind of found his swagger by the end of the episode, right? And now, you know, Rick and Michonne are conveniently driving away and going back to Virginia because they found an ethanol-filled car. The CRM bombed the helicopter that Rick and Michonne were in because they jumped out, they landed in water, conveniently. Perfectly fine after that, nothing really happened to them, but the helicopter ended up crashing not too far from the building that they hid in, or stayed in, and the building that they stayed in had power in it. It's just everything about the episode was a little bit convenient, but the one thing that will never be able to redeem itself, in my opinion, like, and it's just terrible writing, the Roomba, dude. Why did they kill the Roomba? They should have took the Roomba. You know how valuable that would have been? Clean up fucking Alexandria? Like, I do feel like last episode they got a bit cocky, Rick and Michonne, and that's signs of bad things about to happen. Because Scott Gimple in the episode Insider for the last one literally said, we could have ended it there, but this is The Walking Dead. Like, why would he say that? Because the story's not going to end there and something bad is about to happen. Right? We got 2 episodes left, which means shit is about to go down. And you've still got Jadis out there. There's no way Jadis won't be suspicious about the helicopter crashing. Like, there's no way she'll just buy that Rick and Michonne are dead. And I guess there was that person in the woods, right, for the promo for this episode. That could be anyone. I've seen a lot of theories online. People saying it could be Morgan, it could be Heath. It's fucking Heath, behave. But I do know Scott Gimple has been teasing, like, an original character showing up from the main show. I don't know why he'd even do that, because that's technically spoilers, but whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to get into this episode. One more episode after this. I hope this episode's good, and I hope it doesn't feel rushed. But we'll just have to see. Yeah, that basically sums it all up. So let's stop dwelling around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode.
The CRM reclamation team would have everybody that you love dead within hours of that file's receipt.
Is that a reclamation team?
And we figure out how to protect it together.
By taking out the CRM, right? I don't think they're going to be able to wrap up this story in 2 episodes. I genuinely don't. Who's this? Machete? Oh! What the fuck, Gaby? What? What's Gabriel doing here? Yo, if he sees Rick... Oh no. Why would they put Gabe in here? Is Gabe gonna put everyone in danger? Oh fuck. Negan and Gabriel are the only 2 that saw the helicopter. The fuck is this music, dude? See what I mean? It seems too happy. Ew, why would you eat? It's been fucking like 12, 13 years. Ugh. Wyoming. Damn, wait, they're far as fuck from fucking Alexandria. Holy shit, they're in Wyoming? Fuck, mate. That also probably tastes like shit. I can't believe they fucking showed Gabe, like what? Still going through my head.
Never did like those.
No Michonne's, huh?
No. Junior. Yeah, they're still in Wyoming.
Terrible gift to bring to RJ.
No one has ever once called him Junior.
Rick can.
The brave man, huh?
You are.
He sacrificed himself for a fucking bridge. He's a dumbass. Oh, he took that off pretty easily.
Judith has a sword. They're us.
Oh.
I think it was baking soda and spearmint.
Wait, is that the toothpaste?
Requested.
From fucking season 6?
I was in love with my son's best friend. I didn't know what to do. Toothpaste, I was damned if I wasn't gonna find something.
I mean, you found like a fucking truck full of supplies and then it went in the water. You two need to behave. I mean, I get it. I get it. But you need to behave. Never let your guard down, dude.
Looks like we found a place to stay for the night.
Luck's holding up.
Yeah, Vic, he just jinxed it. Our Luck's holding up.
She was trying to get home. To South Africa, to someone she loves. You know, I never let go.
He's looking like season 4 Vic a little bit. Just obviously more grey.
The people from the people.
Who are these random fucks?
Skin's like stone.
I break, you stab.
He was punching it. Oh, these three are all dead. I mean, I'd be careful.
Are you kidding?
Appreciate the help.
See what I mean?
We're gonna need more. It gets worse by the hour these days. New shit presents itself. Always take.
Promised us to leave people be.
You serious? Why would you care about saving anybody's skin other than your own?
We saved you, and the only people in danger of being killed, well, it isn't the helpers here.
Why don't you just...
Yeah,
That's fair.
Really? Well, I was really looking forward to that.
Well, it's your fault. Why not take the guns?
Wait till we're gone.
It's so random. Like, what?
You think it was okay to leave them the other one?
And maybe he'll keep that promise.
Or they'll die.
Protect the people from the people.
Hmm.
They'd made it this far, and just like that, the sister steps in an old snare? We didn't even think about it.
That felt good.
Us against the world.
Stop. The signs are there, dude. They're getting cocky again. Last time they got cocky, Glenn got his head bashed in.
I'm just working with what I got.
The end. Still baffled how he took off all the other letters except that one. With one hand. Vic. Uh-oh. Gabriel. 3 years ago.
Come, Holy Spirit.
3 years ago. That'd be before the Whispers, right?
Gabriel.
What the fuck? Wait, so was it a flashback at the beginning? Yeah, this has to be more recent, because the hair.
I just wanted to see you.
I was using Eugene's ham radio with Rosita's help, trying to somehow find you.
Wait, no, the timeline's wrong there, what? He's using the radio, this would be around the Whisper War then.
Rick brought you in because he believed the people could change. He died trying to bring people together.
He died?
You fucking...
What about all the people that can't forgive you? I can't talk about the things I've been a part of.
How did she find him, though? Like, how did she know he'd be out there?
You weren't even here, Anne.
Is he technically cheating on Rosita? I mean, he hasn't done anything. But the timeline doesn't match up there. The radio and stuff, it's weird.
Morning, lovebirds.
What the fuck? Where did... How did she find them? Like, she was obviously the one that was fucking with the trap, but how did she find them? Unless them 3 people were CRM people.
She's alone, and I bet nobody knows she's here.
That's just rude.
So,
The circumstances of your disappearance together were suspicious. So I'm back with the reclamation team. And a yellow truck sitting there. Flew myself to the nearest jump point, supplied up, parked the emergency vehicle there. The crash site was rubble when I returned.
but the yellow vehicle was gone.
Ramen wrappers all the way down Highway 90. The most direct route to Virginia.
Should have killed us while we were sleeping.
You don't give a shit about that army or that city.
I do. You think I'm still her. I'm not. We take, we don't bother.
You're doing this for you, Anne.
No, for the Republic.
For democracy!
I saved your life.
You took it.
She still saved him, though.
You stole our family, Anne.
By dying here today, Alexandria will remain safe, and your children will have a better world. It's the end of your story.
So she just found them based on... And they just dodged bullets. What the fuck?
No! We gotta go!
2 years ago.
Michonne? She's away helping people.
Wait, 2 years ago? Wait, and Michonne's already left?
Maybe we should do it right there on the bridge that we were building. And I thought to put it someplace that Rick would find it, because I could suddenly see that someday.
He'd asked the question.
I have spent the last year looking forward to our next visit.
Wait, so they see each other every year?
It's less about personal connection and more about responsibility.
How was she allowed to just leave on her own, though?
If you're here expressing doubts, then isn't that a sign that that isn't who you are? The group we were in conflict with, they compromised our walls.
Wait, so he would be with Rosita?
You and your people could help.
Gabriel. Oh, fuck. They're gonna already know.
You've been questioning things. This is a symbol of faith.
Next year, same day.
Wait, next year? Wouldn't that put it into after the Commonwealth shit?
Okay, what do we do after she's dead?
Whatever we have to do.
Why would she do that? Oh. Well, she got out. And she could have got far.
All I care about pasta.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hello. I just need a little help. Please. My community is safe. It has walls and food and...
She's gonna die this episode, 100%.
What?
You're tall.
Huh?
The bases are spread out across the country. We need to know which one she hid it in. If we can take her alive, talk to her. You heard her hate being called Anne. I think she's still in there somewhere. I couldn't see some things. I couldn't. You help me. Maybe we can help her. And if we can't,
Then I can kill her.
be my guest.
How did she make it so far that quickly? That's not Jadis. Yeah.
That's 4 on 2. People are a resource.
Whatever she says, no.
Goodbye, Rick.
Fucking stealthy walkers, as per usual. Oh, for fuck. Nice writing. Like, what the fuck?
Half thought you wouldn't show up this time.
So is this set after Commonwealth? Rosita would already be dead, right?
Every year I come back here, I've done worse things. I believe in what we're trying to do. And then there's the blood.
I know you feel you can't tell me, but you can.
Yeah, she's already done, like, the Omaha shit, right?
Can I confide in you? I look forward to these days, to have you to myself.
What the fuck, Gabe?
Proves that you're still here, it just does.
Yeah, I mean, Rosita has to be dead at this point, right?
Nobody needs to know about your community, about anything.
I can't.
Yeah, they'll come looking for her.
You think that the purpose of what we do is to make people suffer? That I'd be part of a group like that?
I mean, you did take out, like, 90,000 people. Oh, fuck. Oh, she could actually kill him here, though, because this is set after the main show.
I'm sorry.
Actually, no, it isn't.
You didn't get me to talk, right? Not gonna happen, Rick.
Jesus.
All right.
You are unstoppable. That won't save your kids. I died by my wounds. They're dead.
But how would the CRM find Jadis? Is she gonna shoot the walker?
It didn't have to be this way. He was gonna give you the echelon briefing the moment you returned. Your eyes would have been opened to the true size and scope.
Rick.
You let Michonne pull you away from that.
He's gonna want to go back.
You don't really want to kill everyone back home, Anne.
So who's gonna die today? The two of you? Or me?
Probably you, Jadis. Or Anne, whatever.
She's right.
Is she bullshitting?
All that I've done has been for us. This can't end with us going home.
The way she said that seems like bullshit, though.
There's still a deal to be made.
Michonne gets some supplies to keep you alive long enough to get you to the jump point. And I'll go back with you.
And I never tell them about Alexandria.
The only way this works. We got a deal?
They're bullshitting.
After all the shit that you've pulled.
Say yes.
Yeah, we got a deal. Come closer, Rick. Show yourself.
Not half yourself. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, she's dying. Where's Michonne now?
You've looked better.
The fuck?
Fool to think I could take you down with you two together.
Yeah, she did have 2 guns.
But I respect you, Rick.
Go ahead. Shoot me.
No, because, like, what about Coco?
Understand, show me who you are.
Drop it.
Yeah, took her eyes off her.
Drop the gun, or I will kill you.
Even if it means that Alexandria is destroyed.
What the fuck? I mean, she's dead now, but like... What the fuck was that? I hate when walkers just sneak up behind people. It's so fucking dumb. And they also bet her in the one place that was vulnerable.
My people, my friends, everyone.
Hook.
I couldn't lose another community. If I didn't kill you all, somehow, some way you come for the CRM. I thought in my death it was worth it. I had chosen a side, right? Jadis. And
So she doesn't know about Commonwealth then. Unless he tells her. Well, yeah, I mean, they're not gonna kill Gabe in a fucking spin-off, come on. In a flashback too.
I'll see you next year, Ann.
No, you won't. She ain't gonna make it.
it's in my room at the Cascadia base. The CRM will bring the world back. Tell me you won't come after them.
No, because we are coming for them. We're gonna get the dossier.
What if Beale's already found it and he already knows?
We're gonna stop them. The city I saw won't stand for what they are. And we're gonna help the city stop them.
So basically, Commonwealth 2.0. We all know where that led in the comics.
We're gonna do that.
It really is as simple. Go to the echelon briefing, destroy the evidence, get back home. There's no way they'll be able to do that in one episode.
I wish I died an artist.
I don't want to... What the fuck?
The end of my story. On the bridge.
Oh, she kept the
You
vein.
told Gabriel you wanted to marry her. You weren't dreaming, Rick. Do what you said you would do.
What, marry Michonne or kill you? I mean, at least Vic gets a kill. Honestly, I think he deserves this one. Well, see you later, Jadis. Fuck you. Finally, dude. Should have killed her off in season 7. Or 8. She was a good villain, though, to be fair.
Some point's just over that ridge.
I see how we could make it better.
I've been wanting to say something.
Will you marry me? Get Gabriel to marry you both. He's a priest, right? Just saying.
Till my last breath, I am yours.
I could never have imagined this,
I mean, a lot of fans could.
but it could only ever have been you.
What about Ezekiel? Oh, now he's gonna be waiting for her. She's not gonna show up. Ew! What the fuck is that green screen, dude? Hey. Oh, is that where they buried her? There's no way they'll be able to wrap this up in one episode without it feeling rushed.
Me the other way.
Wait, where did they both get the armor from?
You get the briefing, I get the dossier she left behind. Then go home together.
Like,
Anything changes on base, keep walking.
yo, do you see Michonne's face, huh?
After this next moment, everything will change. Are we crazy?
Certifiable.
Is that the dossier? Dossier? Yeah, it's like, get married now, because next episode, shit's gonna pop off. But I mean, I really don't know how they're gonna end this show in one episode. In a satisfying way that concludes everything. Like, you've got to wrap up Michonne and Vic's story. You've got to give us the echelon briefing. You've got to, you know, get back home. Right? They've got to reunite. There's no way that's all happening in one episode. It's impossible. Unless they've took some pages from the MCU shows and decide to rush the ending. then I just don't see how they'll be able to wrap up everything in one episode. But yeah, this episode, overall, might be the weakest of the show. Like, it still had its moments that were good, but, like, I'm sorry, it's inexcusable. Having walkers that sneak up on people is just stupid. Like, that's the one, like, major gripe I have with this episode. Just that. Like, why? It happened, like, 3 times in the span of one episode. Granted, the Gabriel one made sense because there was a helicopter, he couldn't really hear how close the walker was, but he knew the walker was close anyway, right? Like, I would have killed the walker first, then looked up. And then, like, oh, how do we get Rick and Michonne out of this situation with Jadis? Oh, walkers just show up. Like, it was so random, though, because, like, they weren't in the shot that was focused on Jadis before, and then they just suddenly appeared behind her. Like, it's so dumb, and then Jadis just didn't do anything, she just stood there, like, oblivious to everything, like, as if you wouldn't be able to hear them. Like, come on. Because also, Michonne would have seen the walkers coming to Jadis, and before, she stopped the walkers from getting Jadis, but this time, she doesn't. Like, what? But yeah, I mean, it was cool as fuck to see Gabe. I wasn't expecting that one. Like, I saw a lot of theories online of people saying, like, oh, the person in the woods is going to be Jadis, which in a way it kind of was. Like, she did... I think that shot that they used for the promo of this episode was actually Jadis. You know, there's a lot of theories saying it could be Heath, it could be Morgan, and it's like, well, no. I guess it's plausible for Morgan, but how he ends up finding Rick and Michonne, don't know. Considering that in Wyoming, there's no way Morgan would be able to find him. And I guess, you know, they just showed Gabe. Which I do think is weird now that I think about it. That opening scene, when was that set? Because, like, he's in the woods, he kills a walker, he sees a helicopter, and then he falls to his knees and starts praying. And then you have the flashbacks, which were very different, like, colour-wise, just to show off that they're flashbacks. They were more vibrant in colour, right? But with that opening scene, it felt more present day. So he's in the woods. I guess it is a little bit more vibrant, so it could be a flashback. There's 2 helicopters? Oh, fuck. I didn't hear the second one. Why would there be 2? Unless it is just showing that, oh, like, the helicopters are in the area, but why would there be 2? Like, they clearly specified that Jadis went out on her own, like, every year. So to me, it's kind of weird that there's 2 helicopters right after each other, and then Gabriel falls to his knees and starts praying. Almost like they've done something, or they're about to do something, like bomb Alexandria. I mean, that isn't off the table. They've took the set down, right? Like, it's a proper neighborhood now. They took the walls down, like over a year ago at this point, right? Unless, you know, they filmed the Rick and Michonne scenes. I guess they could have filmed it in a studio, but I don't know. I just don't see a reunion happening next episode. And I honestly would find it pretty fucking cool if they did destroy Alexandria. Because, like I said, they don't have the set anymore, so if they just bomb it, it's like, well, we don't have to worry about the set, because the Commonwealth is easy for us to do, because you could just show locations in the Commonwealth that we haven't seen before, because the Commonwealth is massive, right? But yeah, seeing Gabe again was cool as fuck. And it being set after Season 11, especially with that final flashback scene. But why? I'm just, like, focusing on the fact that, like, why did he fall to his knees and start praying? Like, that's bothering me, because he looked kind of terrified. Like, it could just be a genuine sign that, oh shit, Gabe's like the last survivor who made it out of Alexandria. Because he was looking for Jadis. Maybe not, though. Maybe it was just a flashback. I'm hoping it is, but at the same time, I'm kind of hoping it isn't. I wouldn't mind Alexandria getting bombed. I think it'd be cool. Like, as a cliffhanger. Just saying, because we all know this ain't going to be one more episode. This story has to continue. There is no way. But yeah, I mean, Jadis is dead. Finally. Not gonna lie though, I'm a little underwhelmed with her death. I'd thought it'd be a bit more, like, special, I guess. But it felt just, like, meh, you know? Like, and I think it's mainly to do with, like, the walkers sneaking up behind her, right? And then it really just being a mercy killing and not just, like, a revenge kill or whatever. And I get what they were going for. They wanted her to be conflicted, and that's why, you know, in a way they kind of redeemed her, but I also kind of find that a little bit lazy. Because, oh, she's conflicted. We find out she's conflicted in the episode that she dies in. So they try to force that, like, oh, you should care about her now because, you know, she never wanted this 100%. It's like, no, we didn't know that until this episode. You know? And it's that very Walking Dead trope of focus on a character that is about to die a lot, which they did. I just can't buy that she was conflicted. Like, she's perfectly okay with killing 90,000 people, but then, or, you know, being a part of that. But, like, oh no, Alexandria is off limits. Even though she felt like an outsider, right? Like, Season 9's whole premise when it first started is that she felt like an outsider, and that's why she had to leave. Right? Because nobody trusted her. I still find it weird how Jadis found Gabriel. I guess because she got to one of the fuel points, or whatever they're called, right? And then like, Gabriel was close to that, conveniently. Like, he's just out in the woods for no reason. Like, why was he out in the woods in the first place? I guess he did kind of say that he was looking for her. But the fact that they just stumble across each other is weird. Also, I hate the fact that, like, Rick and Michonne just dodged bullets. Like, really? That's just stupid. Like, you're making me trying to buy into this story of, like, big stakes, right? Like, the CRM is so dangerous, and then you have shit like this where they just dodge bullets and just have massive plot armor. Like, fuck off. I can't buy that. Like, especially with episode 1 happening. Like, every time, like, something stupid happens in this show, I'm just reminded that they cut off Rick's hand because he was desperate. Like, it's so dumb. I'm still waiting, by the way, for the Red Machete Rick. He's not shown himself yet. Like, even in this episode, he didn't want to kill Jadis. Like, what? You said you were going to kill her. See, this is what I mean. Like, Walking Dead does this thing where they just, like, hype up, like, shit that isn't going to happen. Remember when Scott Gimple said the first 4 episodes of Season 8 would be the most action-packed episodes ever and they would be epically insane or something like that? And they just weren't. They were some of the worst episodes in the show's history. Like, fucking bringing back Morales was so dumb. Like, where's his Red Machete Vic? Like, he could show up next episode, but we waited 6 years and the final episode to see that Vic, even though they've hyped this show up as like, oh, we're going to see Red Machete Vic. And yet again, this episode is another perfect example of there is no way this show is 13 mil per episode. Absolutely not. Like, what? Where did the 13 mil come from? Like, the shots this episode were, like, they weren't even that great, most of them. They kind of looked a bit awkward. The scene with, like, Rick proposing and stuff, like, I don't know, it should have been a bit more, like, cinematic, I guess. It just looked a bit bland. Like, oh, he just proposes to her in the woods. Nothing special about that. I mean, I guess that's also down to the writing, too. But it does feel like, oh yeah, let's get married now because next episode something bad's going to happen. There is no way, I don't care what people say, there is no way next episode is going to end with a happy reunion. Otherwise, it is rushed as fuck. There's just no way. Echelon briefing, we've got to find out what that is. We've got to infiltrate the CRM base. We've got to talk to Beale and Fawn and see like where her angle is in all this. Then you've got to get back home to Alexandria, which, you know, the Cascadia base is fucking miles away from that. Like, well, not even miles, it's just like a while away. Like, they're in Wyoming. I bet what they have to do is in the Echelon briefing, they're going to drop the bombshell of they already know about Alexandria, they already know about Hilltop, they already know about the Kingdom, they already know about the Commonwealth. But then that would be weird because why would Jadis be conflicted when and threaten Alexandria and the dossier just to be like, oh yeah, they already know, right? Like, it'd be weird unless it's just something Jadis didn't know, like Beale didn't tell Jadis, like the true scope of things. But what if the dossier is just an excuse to get Rick and Michonne back into the CRM, and that was Jadis's reason because she knew that would convince them both to go back. Part of me does think Beale is going to plan to kill all the leaders and all the higher ups, right? If they kill Beale, terrible. If Rick and Michonne get back to Alexandria, I'd also argue it's a bit terrible. Because it's like, I mean, they don't know about Commonwealth. Judith and RJ are probably at the Commonwealth. And on top of the fact that, like, it'd feel rushed. And they won't be safe forever. Because if the CRM's still out there, I mean, what's going to stop them from just finding Alexandria one day? You know? And Rick and Michonne are going to have to fight eventually. Like, this can't be the end of their story because the CRM are still going to be out there. The only way this ends is if there's a season 2 or there's a massive sacrifice play. 3 things that next episode shouldn't do. Kill Beale, take out like all the CRM and wrap that storyline up, and then get back to Alexandria. 3 things that shouldn't happen. I mean, I could argue like maybe they get back to Alexandria and then maybe they see it get bombed. But they don't know about Commonwealth, right? That's the big thing that you've got to point out there. They don't know about Commonwealth yet, right? So they don't know what, like, if RJ and Judith... Like, RJ and Judith makes more sense, because the last time we saw them, they were at the Commonwealth. I'd assume that's where they are right now. I don't know why they wouldn't be at the... Like, Alexandria's, like, fucked, right? Like, it's not as good as the Commonwealth. And plus there's a school at the Commonwealth too, so I think they've obviously got a system there for the kids, so they're going to go to school at the Commonwealth. So that makes more sense than Alexandria. Alexandria's probably got like a tiny school, but like compared to the one in Commonwealth, like nothing compares to that, right? Like them getting back to Alexandria and then, oh, RJ and Judith are suddenly at Alexandria now, and then there's a happy reunion, but then you still have that lingering threat of the CRM, means that their story won't exactly end here. Because it's like, well, the CRM could just bomb Alexandria any day of the fucking week, you know? Like, what's stopping them? But yeah, killing Beale would be a massive mistake. Like, a waste of Terry O'Quinn. And killing a lot of the CRM would be a waste. I do also think it's a little bit weird that Michonne is now, like, doing what Vic wanted to do last episode. You know, Michonne thinks that they can make the people rise up and they can fix the CRM. Like, that's literally what Vic was saying last episode. And now, like, we're suddenly doing that? Like, we're just back to square one. We're just back to where we were at the beginning of last episode. We're just like, okay, we're going back to the CRM. We're destroying the evidence. Because, like, this whole episode now just feels like a waste. Right? Like, oh, they get away. You know, we can go back home. And then it's just like, oh, no, we can't. We've got to go back to the CRM. Like, what the fuck is the point then? You know what actually would have worked better? Swap this episode and last episode around. Jadis dies last episode. Episode 5... is Vic and Michonne going through the shit of like, okay, what do we do now? And they just talk it out, right? And then they decide to go back to Cascadia and get the dossier and then learn about the echelon briefing. I think that probably would have worked a little bit better. Maybe that's why this episode does feel weird. And I think it's also because of the tone of the episode. It just kind of felt like a standard Walking Dead episode. And obviously the writing wasn't that great in a lot of it too, but it's just weird when you watch episode 1 now, though, because like episode 1's so dark and like fucked up, and then you've got this episode, and it's just like the tone of the show just completely changed. Now, whether that's like, oh, Vic's in a dark place, right, to symbolise that for the first 3 episodes, and then episode 4 he comes back to the light, and then episode 5 and 6 are a bit more like happier, in a way, which no, like episode 1 was. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably one of the better episodes of this season. Minus the cutting off hand shit, because I'm still not a fan of that. Like, even the Vic and Michonne dialogue felt a little weird this episode, too. There's something off about it. Like, I think it's compared to... Like, the last episode's writing was so, like, good dialogue-wise, and then this episode just feels off. Like, something about it was weird. And, like, the constant thing of Jada saying, like, you two can do anything, and it's just like... Like, it's like a child is writing the show. Like, what do you mean they can do anything? No, they can't. So you tell me there's no stakes for these characters. People, see, that's the problem. People won't point that out. Like, that is bad writing. There's no stakes, there's no consequences. Until maybe next episode. And the stake is that Alexandria's bombed. Or one of them die. Or they have to stay. There's 3 options there. And I don't think the reunion would be satisfying if it happens next episode anyway, because like so much needs to happen. There is no way. And every time I've said an episode is going to be rushed, it's always rushed. I said it with the season 11 finale. I said it with a lot of the Marvel shows finales. There's so much that needs to happen in such little time. Like, how long is next episode going to be? Like 50 minutes? 40 minutes? That's not enough time. Like, there has to be a season 2. That's the only thing that could happen. There has to be a season 2, but you know a season 2 won't be announced until after my reaction's out for next episode. And I think another big negative for this episode, I understand why they did it, like, to show Jadis' conflict and stuff, but I think they spent way too much time on her. And I think that's mainly down to the fact that, you know, they were going to kill her off. Like I said, it's a Walking Dead trope. If they're going to kill a character off, they focus a lot on that character, right? It really takes you out of it when you realise, oh yeah, like, this is the penultimate episode of the season or the show, right? So it's like, I don't really care about Jadis right now. Like, kill her off, do what you need to do, and then move forward, right? I just think this episode was kind of a big waste. You know, like the only thing that really happened was Jadis is killed, like, and now they're going back to Cascadia, which is what they should have just done last episode, to be honest. Like, Rick, in my opinion, had the smarter plan there, just getting away. There was no way Jadis would have bought the fact that both of you died in that crash. I don't know why they both thought that. Like, are they stupid? I did think it was a little bit easy for Jadis to find them, though. Like, sure, they left signs and stuff, but, like, really? It was that easy? They really didn't get far, though. Like, they're only in Wyoming. That's crazy. We also got to think about the fact that Alexandria and Virginia, like the state, is very close to Philly. Very close. Like, it's not incredibly close, but it's close enough for a helicopter to fly around, right? Because, I mean, they've been to the junkyard before. There's no way they didn't see the other communities around. I just don't buy it. And the fact that there was 2 helicopters flying overhead where Gabriel was in the woods at the beginning of this episode, like, there is no way that they don't already know about Alexandria and shit. And Michonne's face with the echelon briefing, what is happening in that briefing? Hands down, I bet that's going to be the best part of this whole show. I'm just one of the people that is more intrigued with the CRM stuff. Just because they've been building up to it, and I'm more excited about, like, where that could go as a storyline, rather than, oh, Rick and Michonne's story is going to wrap up, because you know it isn't. They're not going to wrap up Rick and Michonne's story, but then still have other spin-offs going. Like, obviously Rick is going to show up in the Davos show because you need that reunion. They're probably going to... I mean, I don't think they'll show up in Dead City, but obviously they'll show up in, like, an endgame show where they have to fight the CRM if... Hopefully they don't end the CRM stuff next episode. But yeah, also, the random characters that showed up this episode... What was that? And they also got killed by invisible, stealthy walkers. Like, what the fuck? I did like the idea of the walkers, like the fact that they hardened and stuff and they're basically stone. But it's just stupid how they sneak up on people. Yeah, there isn't really a lot to, like, dive into, other than, okay, Rick and Michonne are now married, I guess. I thought it would have been cooler if, like, maybe we got it next episode if they made it back. And you could have had, like, a whole wedding ceremony. But I doubt we're going to get that. There's a reason they have it in the penultimate episode. I'm telling you, dude. Next episode... Shit is going down. I just can't buy that they'll both survive and they'll get back willy-nilly. It's just bad writing. There's no consequences for anything. They'll tell me it's going to be as easy as just, oh yeah, bombing fucking the briefing. It probably will be, knowing the writing, to be honest. Like, oh yeah, they've just got explosives right in the middle of the base that we can just use. I swear to God if it is. That's what I'm worried about. I just don't want Beale to die. Keep Beale alive. Maybe seed him for later, but then we find out he already knows about Alexandria and shit, and then just... I'd like that. I know a lot of people wouldn't love that, but I'd kind of like that as an ending, because I also just don't think 6 episodes is enough to wrap up their story. Yeah, I said it when they first announced this show. There is no way they'll be able to wrap up Rick and Michonne's story in 6 episodes. And even if they do, it's not going to be the end of their story, because you know they're going to show up in, like, Daryl Dixon. Like, they have to have a reunion between Rick and fucking Daryl, like, come on. And then you've also got the CRM lingering if they don't get taken out next episode. So, like, there's going to be, like, the endgame show where everyone's going to come together and fight the CRM. They're going to do that. You know they are. The CRM is too big to be finished next episode. But yeah, I mean, I'm fucking rambling. Overall, like I said, this episode's mixed. Some good, some bad, but... Next episode I am excited for, but I'm also a little worried that it could be rushed. Because if it is the end of their story, then one of them could die, one of them could get out, one of them could get... anything could fucking happen. If they both live and they both manage to take out Beale and everything, then it's a shit ending. Like, there has to be some consequences to what's going to happen next episode. And whether that's just what the echelon briefing is, then I guess it is what it is, right? But yeah, Jadis is dead, and now we look forward to the end of the story. Maybe. So yeah, that about sums it all up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta! And farewell.